Welcome to CUWFalcons.com. I'm Steve Schauer, joined here by football head coach Greg Etter after today's difficult 55-45 loss to Augsburg. Coach, your initial thoughts on the game?
Was their defense played today? That was my initial thought. I think from the fans' perspective, I think the ball was moving up and down the field. It had to have been exciting. It was close. We're up, they're up, we're up, they're up. So it was an exciting football game. From the both defensive sides, I think that we struggled. And when you have two quarterbacks like that, they're going to make some people, some defenses look silly. The thing about the quarterback is they touch the ball every single play, and both of these quarterbacks, ours and theirs, have the ability to beat you with their feet and by throwing the ball. And so it makes it very, very difficult on defenses to defend those types of players in those types of offenses.
You asked, was their defense played? You gave up 682 yards of offense, 410 yards of rushing. Ayrton Scott, their quarterback, who's sensational. He's, if not an All-American, should be an All-American. 232 yards rushing, 272 passing. With those numbers, obviously they're not what you want. But with that type of quarterback and how good he is, what do you say to the team, knowing that you're probably not going to face a guy like that the rest of the season?
Well, number one, I told the football team to look at the scoreboard because it's unacceptable. Our goal here, I don't care who we play, I don't care where we play, when we play, our goal is to win. Not come short. There's no moral victories. Our goal is to win. And in order to win, all right, defensively, we have to stop the run. All right? Offensively, we have to sustain drives. We can't shoot ourselves in the foot with a penalty or a turnover. And our kicking game has to continue to improve. And as coaches, we'll go back to the drawing board tomorrow, and we'll make the corrections, and we'll move forward with an emphasis on those things. Their quarterback is a great player. You know, he's a very, very good player, and we make him look great. And, but you got to give him some credit. You got to give their coaches some credit. This was the first year since we've been playing them that I thought we had a chance to win. You know, as ugly as those numbers are, our players on all sides of the ball, including the kicking game, they kept playing. And I believe that they believe that they were going to win the football game at the end. It didn't work out that way, but I'm proud of our guys for fighting to the end. And again, you're playing a good team, and this team has had our number. And this, I felt, coming down to the last possession, I really thought we were going to win the football game. That's a step in the right direction. Not a moral victory, but it's a step in the right direction.
You mentioned the numbers, obviously not impressive, giving up that many yards. Shannon Smith picked off a pass returner for a touchdown. Brian Thomas had 18 tackles. Those two guys on defense stood out. Is that a building block to work on, something to go with?
Oh, absolutely. And like we talked prior to the start of the show here, playmakers, we've got two games in, two different opponents. And playmakers are starting to rise to the top, offensively, defensively, and in the kicking game. And the more opportunities that they get to play, you're going to see you see Brian, a number of tackles that he had. You see Shannon make an incredible pick and score. You see Derek on offense. He continues to show up with his number of catches, critical catches at critical times. Shea Klitsky last week ran the ball outstanding. We know that everything offensively starts with Austin and Garrett, and I believe they set some records today. But other guys are stepping up in all phases, and more will step up, and we need that as we go into our next opponent and for sure going into conference play.
You talked about Austin and Garrett. They set some conference and school records today. You can see that in CUWFalcons.com recap. One thing you didn't mention, a playmaker stepping up, and they're not always going to get the praise and the glory of everything, is the offensive line. Austin was only sacked one time today. They create a lot of holes, and they give him time to throw the ball to your receivers who can put up some big numbers.
Well, our offensive line, Coach Fictum and the rest of the offensive line coaches have done a great job of putting guys in position to be successful. We've had some guys get nicked up. We started out the season with a certain lineup, and because of guys getting nicked and performance issues, we had to mix and match, and we're still trying to tweak that. But the guys, I think, are doing a fantastic job, and they're only going to get better. And we've got enough competition at positions in the offensive line so guys can't take plays off. And anytime you have competition, it forces everybody to be on their best every day, and that's how you win championships. So, yeah, I'm very pleased with how the offensive line is coming together and growing.
Finally, what do you do going forward? Albion's coming in next week. It's a NAC-MIAC crossover game. They were, I believe, 8 or 9 wins last year. They're a very good football team. With this crushing defeat today, it was very difficult. What do you do to the quick turnaround to get ready for another very difficult opponent?
Well, I know you get sick and tired of hearing this, but we take the same approach. All right, we're going to roll up our sleeves. We're going to come in as a staff tomorrow. Our JV game has a 12 o'clock kickoff tomorrow, and we expect them to win. They expect to win. And then our staff's going to come in, roll up our sleeves, and we're going to go through this film, offense, defense, kicking game with a fine-tooth comb. We're going to figure out who we can play with, who we can't. We're going to figure out what schemes work, what schemes don't work, what do we have to tweak, what do we have to get better at. I told the players, winners look at ourselves, and that's what we try to teach them, and that's what we're going to do. And we'll spend all day tomorrow putting this game to rest. We will highlight the positives, and we will get the negatives fixed, and then we'll come back to work on Monday moving forward with our next opponent. And it's the same approach. Whether we would have walked off this field with a win today, it would be exactly the same approach. The most important game for us is always the next game. And we take that approach, and our players believe in it, and we try to get better every single day. So that's what we're going to do.
Non-football question. The home opener day, military day.
Yeah.
You invite the vets out. They get in free. They get free lunch. We had multiple color guards, rifle volley. We had the flyover again this year, the giant flag. Why do all that? What does it mean to you but to the football team? Why do that?
Well, it's a football program. We want to honor those people that have served our country. We go out and we're all disappointed in the tough loss. But the people that have served the country, I mean, they've sacrificed so much more than we'll ever know as coaches and players, and they fought for our freedom. So we have a chance to play that game today, whether we win or lose, because of the sacrifices that these people have made. And so it's a small token of our appreciation as a football program, and we hope it continues to grow, and we hope that people come in and enjoy the day and get honored. And we're just a way to say thank you for all they've done for our country and for us.
All right, thanks, Coach. Stay tuned to CUWFalcons.com for a recap on today's game against Augsburg, and look for a preview of next week against Albion. Saturday, 1 o'clock, Special Olympics Day. I know you have a giant check to donate to them, so I look forward to that on CUWFalcons.com.